that actually need change.
But are they essentially conservative or not?
No, it doesn't have to be a conservative. I would say that there are people who disagree with me on tax rates, for example, marginal tax rates, who are people who effectively want to build things that are good, who wish to approach the world in a responsible way.
Okay.
And then there are people who would consider themselves on my side politically, who are very much focused on tearing pretty much everything down, and see the world as a place that is filled with conspiratorial forces that need to be destroyed. And so one of the big things I talk about in Alliance of Scavengers is this idea of the great conspiracy theory, this idea that the world is conspiring against you to harm you. Not one of the most horrifying thing that I have seen in American politics in my lifetime. It was absolutely horrific on every possible level. And we're going to go through today the entire string of events. We're going to go through the reaction to the events, which also has been quite terrible. So I guess the synopsis of today's show is that everything is terrible. That's the synopsis. But what we saw yesterday is inexcusable, unjustifiable, awful on every level, disgusting on every level. Just terrible. Terrible. When you have rioters taking over the U.S. Capitol building, the seat of American democracy, and when you have those rioters saying that they are doing so in the name of the President of the United States, and when you have them doing that to the legislative branch of the government, when you have those people, they are rioters, they are not protesters, okay? As soon as you commit an act of vandalism or violence, you are no longer in the category of protester, you are now a...
After President Trump steps down, would you consider picking up the reins? Would you run for office?
Here we go. Well, I'm just going to put it out there right now. No. Okay, dynasties are un-American. There is one person that President Trump should pardon from federal charges forthwith. It would be incredibly controversial, but I think that it's absolutely necessary. That person is Derek Chauvin. President Trump should, in fact, pardon Derek Chauvin. If you're vaxxed, you're good to go. Right? You are. That's what the data say. And then on the right, you are getting, what is clearly meme material and is funny, but is also kind of sociopathic behavior. Democrats are deeply bothered by the new CIA revelations that Vladimir Putin attempted to influence the presidential election in order to help Trump. They're right to be upset. The notion that one of the world's worst dictators hacked the Democratic National Committee in an attempt to boost a candidate to power should be kind of troubling. But they haven't tipped. Or is he a spoiled brat who grew up in the lap of luxury, had his daddy sign his checks, and then bragged about how he is a huge winner? Trump's three biggest crowds are evangelicals, conservatives, and he's a winner voters. Trump is lying to all of them. Stop buying the lie. It was a thing. Like, I see some evidence of attempts to collude, like Don Jr. I see some attempts of people trying to get information.
So my question is, do you believe that people should be compelled by law to vaccinate themselves or their children?
So this is one of my more controversial positions. My answer is yes. The reason that my answer is yes is because the vaccination science is extraordinarily clear.